So welcome back, thanks for joining us again. As many of you know, we crossed the 100 subscribers mark back early on in our Scotland series, so a huge thank you to everybody who's watching us. We're really honoured to have you following along with our little adventures around this country and hopefully eventually further afield. So a big thanks for all the comments, especially to Mark Thwaites on Twitter, Mark from Hitch Up and Tow, link in the description below. He was the first one that realised we'd crossed the 100 subscribers mark, so a huge thanks to Mark. We've got a big announcement coming up, but before we get to that point I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about what we're going to be doing across the next couple of months and what you can expect to see coming up on the channel. So as you know, the Scotland series was fairly recent, but before we got to that point we were working our way through a huge backlog, an archive if you like, of footage that we've been taking across the last couple of years of caravanning. And so for the next couple of months we're going to go back to that archive because we've got so many wonderful places and things that we've done that we want to share with you. And also lots of makes that we've put into the caravan to make it really work perfectly for us as a family of often 3 of us, me and just the boys, and sometimes 4 with Dad on a mission as well. As those of you who've been following us from the beginning know, I've been trying to do something a little bit different with this channel. Rather than building up through daily vlogs, what I'm trying to do is to build, if you like, a repository or a resource of shorter videos, so videos that are aimed at parents who are particularly time poor and just want to decide what to do and what to see when you get to a particular place, so people just like us. So I'm trying to build up a resource, a database of these things, and hopefully over the longer term there'll be a website and a blog to accompany the videos so that they're easier to access and you can find what you're looking for really quickly. So as you know, our typical holidays are either short weekends with all 4 of us, or more typically Monday to Friday breaks with just me and the boys. It started out about 2 years ago. Dad on a mission was working from home and really needed some peace and quiet during the school summer holidays, and because I work for myself, I can be flexible and I can provide that peace and quiet for him. Hence we got into caravanning, and hence I do a lot of solo parent trips on my own. We go out Monday, we come back Friday. So hopefully that explains a little bit of why I'm quite often behind the camera rather than in front of it. You know, we love recording the things that we've done, both for our own memories, but also so that we can show Dad on a mission what we've been up to and share it with our wider family, because we've got family in both the UK and in Southern Europe. So as we were recording things as we were going along, that led me to this extra mission, if you like, of trying to show our solo parent trips and to really inspire other people and say you can do this. You can do solo parent caravanning and not be completely driven bonkers by it. Oh, hang on a minute. There was that time in a rather thin and twilight, dark, sleeting, I think it was, Lake District Lane, where we'd just come across the back of a humpback bridge, rather thinly walled with dry stone wall on either side. I've no idea how we managed to get ourselves out of that, but I was incredibly grateful for the eldest at that point, who managed to perfectly time such a wonderful comment, and he said, "Mum, we know you can do it, we know you can get us out of this mess." So bless him. Thanks, son. I really hope you're finding the different format helpful and useful as you plan your own trips. Of course, we always welcome comments, so feel free to give us your suggestions for how we can improve, because of course we're always looking to try and get better at what we do. But of course we won't be for everyone, and we're not at all offended. You know, if you don't like our videos and they're not helpful to you, stop watching. There's plenty of other content out there now. There's a fantastic array of UK caravanners and motorhomers putting video content up, and there's bound to be somebody that's perfect for you. And if there isn't, join us. You know, come show us your breaks and your holidays and inspire the rest of us. So shorter term, we'll be heading back to the archive because, as I said, there are so many wonderful things that we want to share with you. And then also I'm going to put together a few hints and tips videos. So naturally, hints and tips on being a solo parent as you're caravanning, how to help survive those sort of trips and in fact hopefully thrive with them. And then also we've been members of both the Caravan and Motorhome Club and the Camping and Caravanning Club for 2 years now as simultaneous members, and several years before as part of just the Camping and Caravanning Club. And so I thought I might do a compare and contrast. We've used the main sites from both clubs. We've used several of the CS or CLs, the small 5-van sites from both clubs, and we've used some of the discounts available through both clubs. So I'll do a compare and contrast, and you can reach your own conclusions about which or perhaps both, is appropriate for you. So obviously we've got more trips planned this summer and into the autumn. We've nothing planned for winter yet, but I'm sure we may well find ourselves doing a few winter trips. And talking about winter brings us to our big announcement. So, liebe Freunde.
Bei dieser Ankündigung werde ich Deutsch sprechen. Warum? Weil ich denke, dass es wichtig ist, dass wir Briten unseren Freunden und Nachbarn sagen, dass wir sie wertschätzen und weil wir einen T6 Multivan bestellt haben.
So how could I announce that in anything other than German? Although maybe...
Je ferai la prochaine spéciale en français. Iboris Stalinica. Tiglosatis Demokratias, Philosophias.
Keton Mathematicon. Anyway, that's our big announcement. A T6 multivan, as it's known on the continent, or caravel, is now on order, and hopefully, fingers crossed, no strange political things in the UK stopping it coming across the border happening, it will be with us in the autumn time. So rather crazily, special offers on new made it make far more sense for us to buy new than ex-demo. So it's the first time we've ever bought a brand new car. We've been saving up for it for quite a while. I've always had a dream since at least I was a teenager to be driving around in a VW bus. We're going to swap the Volvo, the current tow car that's an XC60 Volvo, for the bus because it makes no sense as a family for us to run two big cars. So we've gone for the T6 incline bus, if you like, variant. The one thing I specifically wanted, because it was the tow car and the main family car, to have to ship the kids around to their various activities, and one of them plays tuba, one of them plays guitar and drums. So we specifically wanted the space downstairs rather than cookers and fridges and so on. But also, because it's the tow car, I wanted the big engine, the 199 PS, and also I wanted the 4Motion all-wheel drive system on board. So ideally, I would have had that in one of the versions with a pop-top roof bed, so that we could at least use it for camping if we wanted. But the version with all the seats downstairs and the pop-up roof is called the Beach, but that annoyingly doesn't come in the big engine all-wheel drive version. If you want that particular engine and drivetrain, then you have to specify either the bus, as we've done, or the full camper, the Ocean, which you'll be familiar with from A Bus and Beyond's videos. So for us, as a family with two boys, and I have to say increasingly hulking great big boys, the bus version was by far the best option. So once it's arrived, we'll do a full tour of the bus and I'll talk you through the options we went for, and perhaps more importantly some of the options we didn't go for. Now we also looked at Ford Transits as an alternative form of this vehicle, and the Ford Transit came with absolutely everything on board, but the VW ordering process was actually quite complex. So you're ordering through a commercial dealership rather than a regular car dealership, and almost everything on that bus, apart from the shell itself, is a specific option. So you have to decide whether you want sat-nav or not, and USBs, and where you want your airbags, and all that sort of stuff. So I'll talk you through that process once the bus has arrived. So our big winter construction project is going to be building a pod, if you like, for the boot area. So I do want to be able to use the bus as a day van, so I want to be able to carry the fridge that we have already within the boot all the time, and I want to maximise the storage area and keep a few bits and pieces in the van all the time. So we're going to be building a pod that slides out from the boot and has all those bits of equipment stored in there nice and neatly. So a huge thanks again for following along. Really great to have you all following our journey. Thanks so much for your support. Please hit the subscribe button. Is it there? Is it there? One or the other. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.